To mock Dan Slott.
Hey everybody, this is Petey from the Spinner Rack, and we also have
Alvin Ellis ready to rock.
we have yet another Spider-Man #1 coming out. The, act- the first one being without any adjectives was Todd McFarlane, and not to be beaten by Todd McFarlane, Dan Slott has decided to do his own. Right? This is Dan Slott's story.
Yes.
So okay, so we have this. We have a trailer. Let's watch it. It's pretty long, like a movie.
Do we have the James Brown music to go along with it?
No, we don't have no James Brown music on.
That looks like Spidey.
Not Morlun, please no.
Yes.
Oh, come on. No.
Spider-Man versus the Cat.
Wait, we gotta stop it. I'm sorry.
What we gotta stop it for? It was just getting good.
What kind of name is that?
What? The name? Her
Shatra?
name?
Shatra.
Shatra. So isn't it Shithara or Shathara?
I'm going with Shatra.
No, that sounds terrible.
Oh no, it's a team book. Oh, come on. Oh no, not the 3 million punches. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at him. At least there's no interview with Baby with a Beard. Oh Lord. Come.
Christos Gage is half my brain.
You can't. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
Bagley's art is always great. You can't escape that as being that great. His Spider-Man is a little outside of. I don't know if he. No, I don't know if he did the Moreland stories, but his Spider-Man
No, that was
rarely. Hmm?
no, that was what's his name? Wasn't that Ramita on that? And then
He
there
did.
was
I
a
think
new
one of them at least. I don't know if he lasted throughout the when after the what's. I just
actually
think
I got the books. I actually got the books right next to me. Let me pull one.
they didn't even try to do a thing where Spider-Man's in trouble. They did a thing where here's the end of the plot too. His friends come and save him. So basically, it's a team book, just like the movie.
Well, they're telling you, look, we're gonna destroy the Spider Verse. Why? Because with the Spider Verse there, Spider Man's really not unique anymore. So we gotta get rid of some of you guys, and some of you guys gotta go.
Who are they getting rid of? It looks like they're using all of them.
Yeah, no, I think it was. Yeah, I think John Romita was. I think John Romita Jr. was on all of that because that
Okay.
storyline started in like the 30s, and he's on the book. Well, he's on the book well through until they renumber it back at 500. So I think it was John Romita Jr.
So I've never been hit harder than by Moreland. Not
Really?
by the Hulk.
See, here's what you need. You need him to say some stuff like that, and then the Green Goblin shows up and beats the snot out on Morlun
I've never been hit harder.
and says, "Nobody hits Spider-Man harder than me." Now where's it? Now where is Parker? Let me show you how you. This is how you kill him.
Yeah, I think I
It,
have.
Yeah, but all jokes aside, this is the first. I looked at the whole trailer and I was like, yeah, if the idea of the trailer was to get somebody like me who hasn't read Spider-Man in a hot second interested in reading Spider-Man, I'm like, you know what? I think you did it. I'm gonna check this out and see what happens.
Um, I went and I got some Spider-Mans. I don't not usually like the cover paper, but that's usually. But yeah, this is what I was talking about. I don't know the guy Wells, but he got John Romita Jr. back on it, so that's what I'm saying. They already got a Amazing Spider-Man in this issue 5 and issue 8 that I was able to get.
Well, now you got Spider-Man.
Well, we got another Spider-Man title. Like, come on. Anyway,
Because
right.
they're doing the usual Marvel thing. They're like, you know what? We need to do some stuff. Let's see what DC's doing over there. Oh wow, DC has 15 Batman titles. Oh, they're making some money on that. Well, how many Spider-Man titles we got over here? 6? That means we got room for 9 more. Queue up Spider-Man. Which one? Doesn't matter. Just put Spider-Man on the title.
Yeah, I don't know. But I think the energy's back with Romita Jr. I think it kind of back where he's supposed to be.
Should be.
And I think they also shouldn't have put him on the team up books. When he did Batman, it was, I guess it was okay. But I don't know. I think it's I mean, Dan Slott, his contract is that big where they had to do a commercial for his work. Like, is this what's going on here, Mister Baby with
Guess
a
for this
beard?
one. I guess for this one. Yeah, I guess for this one. What more can you ask?
You gotta have a team book. Well, anyway, all right. So
I
what do
look
you
at it
say?
this way.
You're with it,
Hey,
right?
if the idea of doing the trailer was to get somebody like me interested in reading a Spider-Man book again, well then hey, you were successful. I look at this quick thing, right? Like, all right, I recognize some of the characters. You got a plausible scenario over here for these people to actually be together. And Mark Bagley's art. I like Mark Bagley's art when he was doing Spider-Man. I like Mark Bagley's art when he did the Trinity storyline for DC. So hey, you got enough stuff over here to at least get me to read the first 2, 3 issues or make the first storyline. So mission accomplished. I'm gonna read it.
I am. I did buy these ones. I'm not buying Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse, into the regular verse Spider-Verse series. But Mark Bagley's art is pretty nice, and so I don't like the Spider-Man having the big heavy-duty gadgets. I like him being able to create tiny gadgets. He looked like he had some sort of. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess Slott's the guy who did our Superior Spider-Man, and
Yeah, don't remind me.
the Spider-Man as the tech genius. That of course he's gonna lose the money, but this shows you what could happen if he was able to
He
realize his thing. Like, come
for
on.
that for what he did to Peter Parker with the Superior Spider-Man, Dan Slott, you know, without me being too graphic, Dan Slott, definitely earned himself a place at the bottom of the list. So this thing has a whole bunch of stuff going for it outside of the fact that I will never forgive him for the Superior Spider-Man. That was ah, I'll never forget and never forgive. But I'm still interested in seeing they stoked enough interest in it for me to actually want to read it. So I'm gonna read it.
Side note, where is that thing? Did you? Let's see. Hopefully, I turned off the. Let's see if I can get this up. While we're here, kind of
Play the James Brown song.
not doing the James Brown thing. They're definitely not doing that.
All right. We'll do it for you guys next time.
What if it'll let us play this? Here's the stuff from way back when. And the Trinity, as you said, and Doc Ock, and
And that music.
I first remember getting a comic when I was like 8 or 9 years old. We were coming back from Japan and going through the Southwest. I'd never seen them because I lived in Japan. And we pulled into this place and got warm Dr. Peppers and comic books. I saw Superboy with this Kryptonian dragon. I just got hooked.
Yeah, I've got that issue.
I remember when I started drawing. I mean, I've been drawing since literally I can remember. I remember doing little stick figure Karate Kids and stuff like that, or rocket ships. And I remember I was drawing the day Kennedy was shot. I was drawing like rocket ships and something like that.
This guy is real interesting.
I think I was like 6 years old when that happened. I was a kid looking up to artists. There was John Buscema was a god. John Buscema was like the most accomplished guy in the business when it came to just, he could draw anything and it would just be.
Oh, pause for a second.
Gil Kane was just an amazing anatomist.
What up?
Yeah, see, so for our viewers who don't recognize this, comics in Japan are nothing like comics here in the States. Comic guys in Japan who are popular are like rock stars over there. People stop them in the street. They know who they are. They'll get their signatures. They get people surrounding them. It's a totally different venue than what we got comics. You know, you're a big time comic book guy here. You could sell thousands of copies. I'm sorry, hundreds of thousands of copies every month, and nobody knows who the hell you are. So it's a totally different thing over there. So when he's making mention of the time he was in Japan and the Japanese artists, that is something that you have to recognize. These guys will be very, very prominent in Japan.
Could draw the figure like he was doing Spider-Man really a lot when I was a kid. Nowadays, there's guys out there who just are amazing. All sorts of different styles appeal to me. So, and it's a lot of different guys. Marvel came out with this big tryout book. It's regular sized pages like this here. And
I tried out.
It was a contest, a tryout contest. And you had sections of the comic that were unfinished, considering if you want to be a penciler or inker or colorist or whatever. And I wasn't going to do it. It was $20. And this is 25 years ago.
Yep, that's what happened to me.
It was too much money. I thought it was a gimmick to take money from kids because Marvel was getting some bad press at the time. And the guy at the bookstore I go to, is a friend of mine, gave it to me. He said, if you don't do this, you'll hate yourself. And I won first place out of 19,700 something, Granted, 18,900 of them were 12-year-olds. So, Eric Larson swears he came in second. I think it's
lie.
Yeah, right.
In New York, and they all threw me into their offices. And the last guy I saw on the last day there gave me just a one-shot thing, and then another one-shot thing. And for about a year and a half, I lived on 4 hours of sleep a night, just doing Lockheed and doing comics. And then Lockheed started laying off, and we closed on a house, and I quit the next day. I've been doing comics ever since. I've been pretty important to Marvel for a long time because of my output, and the fans really seem to like what I do. My run on Ultimate Spider-Man has broke a 45-year-old record. Stanley and Jack Kirby had the longest run on a mainstream comic book. It was the Fantastic Four. They did issue 1 through 104 without a break. No fill-ins, no inventory stories, nothing. And that record has stood for 45 years. And Brian Bendis and I, we just started doing Ultimate Spider-Man. And we were a great team. And it's clicking. And all of a sudden we realized people were starting to write about, hey, you're coming close to the record. Which I'd never heard of the record. And nobody had talked about a record. And all of a sudden it became a thing. And I'm pretty proud of it. But I really make the point. Jack Kirby was doing 4 issues a month. He was doing covers. He was designing most of Marvel's characters at the time. I was working on this one book. I was doing a few other things on the side, but not in anything to come close to Jack Kirby's speed and skill. I'm proud of it because I don't think anybody else is going to do it for a long time. I've signed with DC Comics because they made me an offer that really appealed to me. It involves Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman. It's called Trinity, and it's DC's like their big project for the year, and they're promoting the hell out of it. And I've really had a hankering to work with Superman for a while now. It appeals to my set of skills because it's something that involves having to do good work and have to do it on schedule and relatively fast for the market now. And I'm one of the few guys in the business who can do that. And DC seems to love what I'm doing, which is nice because you don't know when you're working on an iconic character, you don't know if they're really gonna look at it and go, no, wait a minute, this isn't going to work. You know, I got to stick him on Martian Manhunter or something. The ones I'm looking forward to be able to draw, the main ones that are in the book, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, now that I'm working with DC. But they've got such great visual characters on the side, like Dr. Fate. And I got to do just a panel of Ragman, who's this character nobody's ever heard of. So it's like, I'm doing Ragman, and they're paying me for it. I still get that sort of feeling sometimes. People ask who my favorite superhero is, and it's got to be, you know, it's always been Spider-Man as a character. I mean, I think I learned a lot of my feelings of responsibility towards people, towards, you know, my family, from, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. It's hokey as hell because I use it so much, but if you think about it, it's a pretty good way to live your life. You know, if you're responsible about things, and things tend to turn out well. I've moved on from Ultimate Spider-Man, not because I was upset with anything with the company, or I was tired of drawing the character, or I was tired of the book, but I'd done it long enough for a career move. It was time to change and do something else. And can't think of anything better than going to my next favorite character, which is Superman and Batman. So Wonder Woman was fun to draw too.
Now there was another one that was funnier, but we're not gonna go through that. There you got to meet what's him for a second, and so that means it means a solid artist, many years, quality work, always on time. One of the few guys that stick to the schedule. So if that's not a good enough reason to try out this book, that's the only one I can give you. So I can't give you for Slott, but I can give you for Bagley. So. All right. Anything else you want to say?
No, but we will definitely let you know our thoughts on it.
Wait a second.
Coming soon.
You wanna let's watch the episode of Baby with a Beard with the Disney thing with Dan Slott? No, okay, no, we can't do that. Spinner rack out.
Out.
Not doing that again. I'm not gonna pull out the rest of my hair that I grew back in. Not doing it. Spinner rack out.